Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I'm actually stunned by the crowd that we have. The turnout is just amazing. Thank you guys so much. First, I want to welcome everyone to the first ever award ceremony for the Anti-Heroin Rally Group of St. Louis. This is an amazing honor. No one would have ever thought this would happen. I know when we started doing our rallies almost 2 years ago, and we worked very hard at it, and it just picked up steam and picked up steam, but I've heard many times from some of our oldest and best supporters, we never expected that we would be able to build the base that we have. This is an amazing grassroots movement. All volunteers, all donating their time and their efforts from their heart. It's just an amazing effort, and it's making a difference in the world. No one would have ever expected, way back when we started, that the things that are happening for our movement now would happen, ever. We just never thought. The number of rallies that we've done. When Representative Frayne gets up here to speak, he will read the proclamation, and the counties and the number of rallies that we've done, you'll hear that, and it's just astounding. The number of people at the rallies. We've had rallies with up to 250 people, and we've done this over and over and over again. Sometimes we had up to 2 to 3 rallies on a weekend. It was amazing. The welcome and the support of the communities that we've rallied in is just beyond belief. I mean, and that, you know, when we're standing on the street corners rallying in communities all over the entire metropolitan area, all the honks and the waves and the support that we get is beyond amazing. It's just spectacular. I can't even say that enough. And on top of all that, we are now at the point where this group here is the driving force behind laws that are being submitted for consideration by an entire state. These laws are designed, as everyone knows, to save lives, so no one else has to suffer the loss that many in this room have suffered. Above all, we're here today to recognize the efforts of everyone in the movement, every single person. And the award that will be received by everyone in the room is one of the highest honors that can be bestowed by an entire state. It's a huge and high honor. And everyone in the room should be so proud that you're a part of this. We're also here to remember the loved ones that we've lost. Many of them, as you can see, are displayed in front of me here. It's such a sad thing. We will honor their memory tonight. Their families are here, their loved ones are here. We're also here to support those families and friends of loved ones who are currently struggling with active addiction. That's another thing that the rally group is very good at. And we're here to recognize our successes amongst the group in recovery, the recovering addicts. Before we start the program, I want to welcome one of our fellow ralliers to give the invocation, Miss Stacy Davis.
Hi. I'd first like to start off with thank you all for coming, and be patient with me, I'm a little nervous. Okay, bless each of our loved ones that have been ripped away from our lives by this evil monster known as heroin. Addiction is progressive. It means it gets worse over time and with consumption. Somehow, it seems to spiral out of control, and before anybody notices, we lose our loved ones. May God bless all of our angels that have been called home way too soon, and may they all watch over all of you and give you the strength that you may need. To the families that are left behind full of questions and that struggle to hold on, my heart bleeds for you. With the memories of your lost loved ones, I hope that their memories fill your hearts and your minds and comfort you when you need to feel them close to you the most. to our addicts, to our recovering addicts, to our active addicts, and to myself as well. We have all made some mistakes. We're not where we want to be, but that has nothing to do with our future. It is ours to make anything that we want it to be. Believe in yourself and realize that it is never too late. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardships as a pathway to peace. One of my favorite prayers, and this is for all of us: God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If we all remember that, we can all make a difference. You may have made some mistakes, and you may not, no, I'm sorry, I've already read that part. For our Raleigh family, good friends will help you find important things when you have lost them. Your smile, your hope, and your courage. I found all of those here in my heroin family. And on behalf of the Anti-Heroin Movement family, we would all like to thank you for holding your signs, sweating in the heat and freezing in the cold. You did your part in being such good friends to all of us. To Representative Michael Frame and Mayor Nick Gucciani, thank you for your support. Without your support, we would be nowhere, and we pray for the wisdom to be granted to the Missouri House of Senate to pass the 911 Good Samaritan law so that we can help save lives of our youth and stop the senseless death of the next generation. If we all stick together, it can happen. It takes a village to raise a child. We're not all children here, but we all need each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stacy. That was amazing. To start off tonight's ceremony, I would like to ask Representative Michael Frame to stand over here beside me while I give a little introduction. You've done this before, Mike.
This is the part we get scared.
Representative Frame, my good friend Mike, is the state representative for the 111th District of the state of Missouri. I met Representative Frame at a rally in Valley Park, I believe it was, House Springs. Mike was friends with some of our members, and I showed up at a rally one day, and I found myself standing next to this very nice gentleman holding a rally sign, and we just started talking, and I learned about Mr. Frame. And at the time, he let me know he was running for the House of Representatives in his district. At the time, he was not even elected. He had served 2 terms, 2.5 terms, I think, for his district, but he was elected out of office 2 years ago. And, you know, I questioned the wisdom of that district at the time, but,
As do I.
but we spoke on that day, and I told him about Valerie's Law and the 911 Good Samaritan Law. And he just had such extreme interest in what we were doing. In the first place, he was there to rally with us. We had never had such a high honor before, to have someone running for high office to rally with us. He was there, and he's done it 3 or 4 times. Every time we do a rally in his district, he's standing there with us. He's gone far above and beyond that in supporting our group. He's one of the best supporters that our movement has in the state of Missouri, or anywhere for that matter. And in my own humble opinion, I truly believe that the way that we met when he was not in office, and him promising, Ed, if I get in office, I am going to sponsor these laws for you. I believe our angel smiled down on Representative Frame, and he was elected to serve in the House of Representatives again. What Representative Frame has done for us is, besides being our undying sponsor in Jefferson City, he provides us with opportunity and recognition. Just this past Monday night, he brought a group of 10 of us ralliers for some very high honors and distinctions at the state capitol for the inaugural ball. We had people in the group that were able to meet the governor, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, the attorney general, and many others, along with many representatives and senators. We had 2 of our amazing members of the group that got to descend the grand staircase of the Capitol Rotunda into the inaugural ball under the spotlights and be announced to the crowd. Representative Frame has always worked very hard for our movement and in memory of our loved ones lost and to save lives. Please welcome our great supporter and good friend, Representative Michael Frame.
Is that a video work? Because I like to get that on loop and just play it again and again. Fantastic. I was driving here tonight and I didn't know what to say. I've come to start to know many of you in the crowd. You guys see some familiar faces there. But I was driving here and wondering what I was possibly going to say. And I got outside and actually someone had asked me if Ed and I were stepbrothers. That kind of sparked the thing. I said, I've got to kind of clear this up here. It's occurred to me that I have become to know many of you, but you guys probably know very little of me other than I serve in the Missouri House of Representatives. So I grew up not too far from here over in Brentwood, as I call it, the mean streets of the Galleria. And, hey, parking was a bitch, I'm telling you. My dad was a pipe fitter. I followed in my dad's footsteps for about 26 years as a pipe fitter. I see Timmy Ramshaw's over here, and Timmy and I worked together in Chicago 20 years or so ago. It's been a while back, and so I know Timmy really well over there. Was a pipe fitter for about 26 years. During that time, had gone into the United States Navy. It had been something I wanted to pursue for an awful long time. And served aboard the aircraft carrier USS John F. Kennedy. Came back home and moved to Northwest Jefferson County and became very involved with my local school district and kind of played on the board level for about 13 years over there. And finally decided to run for state representative in February of 2006. That's not a typical election. This was a special election. And there was only 3 of us that actually joined the General Assembly on that particular date. I was one of the 3. Because I came in a special election, I took office after everyone else had been seated. So when I got to the House, they gave me a title which kind of surprised me a little bit. And let me see if I can remember it. I was the most junior member of the minority party of the lower house of the Missouri General Assembly. So humility came very, very quickly to me. But in spite of that, I worked very, very hard to become an effective legislator. I met Ed, as he said. I had served 2.5 terms, lost my seat in 2010, but was completely committed to coming back in 2012 and filing again. I did that. In the meantime, I had made Ed a few promises that I would support 2 pieces of legislation. The 9/11 Good Samaritan law and the homicide through injection law. So have already began drafting both those pieces of legislation. We haven't got them actually what we call blue bags yet, but they will be probably this next week, which means next week this legislation will be introduced into the Missouri House of Representatives. I'm completely excited about it. I hope you guys are. Just to kind of make sure that everyone's on the same page, typically legislation takes about anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6 years once it's first introduced to actually get passed. We tend to move at a glacier's pace in the Missouri General Assembly. Don't lose hope, folks. We're going to push this thing through as hard as we have and with everything that we have. And we had 10 folks, as Ed mentioned, come up to the inaugural ball and make a whole lot of friends and made a huge, and you guys tend to make a huge impression on people around you. I don't know if you know that or not, but you really do. And these folks came up there and made a big deal very, very quickly. One of the gentlemen that they met, and I would introduce now, is Representative Bob Burns. And Fob is significant. Right now, we are seated within Fob's district. So we have kind of a protocol that we don't go into another member's district without notifying him. Once I told Bob where I was going, he said, I want to go too. So Bob came in.
Thank you all very much. It is a pleasure to be here. This is the middle of the 93rd district, and Michael and I have been friends for a long, long period of time. And I will announce tonight that I want to be a co-sponsor of the bill. So I'll be as a matter of fact, when Michael asked me something, he doesn't even have to explain it. He said, Bob, I need your help, and I'm there. That's what kind of guy he is. So I will absolutely. After spending 12 years on the Board of Education, heroin and drugs are a terrible, terrible thing that happen to kids and adults, and it's something that we all need to fight against, and we need to help. The lady who came up first, who said she was nervous, talked about blame. She also mentioned a little scripture. There is a scripture that says, ye without sin cast the first stone. That came from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ when he reached his hand down to the prostitute who was going to be stoned to death, helped her up, put her behind him, and told the crowd, let ye without sin cast the first stone. No one has a right to judge anybody. And we all have our power. We all have our crosses to bear. We all have things that happen. We are human beings. There was only one person on this earth who was perfect, and he died on the cross for our sins. So I'm there to help. I want to thank Michael for inviting me to be here tonight. I will be a part of your group any way I can. In Jefferson City, I'll be fighting. And thank you all very much, and God bless you. God bless your work.
The next person I would like to introduce to everyone, many of you have met him and perhaps rallied with him. Mayor Nick Gaccione is the mayor of Wentzville, Missouri, one of the fastest growing cities in the state. I met him at a benefit for his niece, Megan Ramshaw. Megan's cousin knew what the movement was doing, and she knew me through Facebook as well. And she said, Ed, we're having a benefit for my cousin who just died at the age of 18 from heroin. And she said, I would love if you could come up and meet some people, tell them what you're doing to help the community, get some support. She said, I think you will be so welcome there. Bring some literature and talk to people. So I went, and everything was going very well, and then at one point, a wonderful lady came to me and she said, there's someone that I want you to meet. I'll be here in just a few minutes. The mayor of Wentzville. And I said, I would love to meet him. Nick came into the meeting, into the benefit, and she introduced me to him, and for about the next hour, an entire hour, he and I talked. He was so interested in what we were doing and understanding, knowing that what we were doing was going to make a difference in the world. Understanding the importance of this, he jumped on board with us immediately. Not another word had to be said. He knew how important this was and how many lives we might be able to save. He jumped right on board and just started running with it and has never stopped. He's rallied with us before. He has helped the Anti-Heroin Rally Group of the St. Louis metropolitan area gain regional and even national attention. When Mayor Gaccione put out the first press release from the city of Wentzville, it got nationwide attention. It was published in at least 10 states' newspapers that I saw. He continues to promote the cause, and once again, I believe in this meeting that our angels up in heaven were shining down on us and smiling, and they gave us Mayor Gaccione. Please welcome our huge supporter and great friend, Mayor Nick Gaccione.
It's going to be a tough act to follow back in Bob here. Yeah, I met Ed when I lost my niece a little less than a year ago. Back in, and I knew Megan's mother and father provided with almost everything she could ever want, and you'd never seen the warning signs. And when we got the phone call, it was a shock. You know, you don't expect that. She was a good kid, just got with the wrong people. So it's kind of emotional when you start talking about it. But then I remember the story when I met Ed, and he started telling me that he knew Valerie. I started thinking back on that story with reading some of the literature, what happened in that. And just a few weeks ago, I won't even give the name because he doesn't deserve a name, but the person that was involved in costing a young lady her life was back on the street in a short amount of time. And he didn't have any remorse, evidently, because he's continued his rampage of unethical behavior, I'll say. I'm trying to be a little bit political about it because I don't want to say too much, but it just goes to show you people get involved with people, and if they don't make good choices, or if they are good people, and they get in with the wrong person, and they get peer pressure, and they talk, and making a bad decision, it impacts the whole family. It doesn't just impact one person. My sister-in-law is still having a hard time, and I'm sure she won't for a long time to know what it is. Ed and I talked a couple weeks ago when this was on the news, and it was pretty heartbreaking to hear Ed talk about this gentleman being back on the street. So that being said, I just think about all the stuff that you guys do, the rallies, and when I first met everybody, how passionate you were, and people honking and just waving and everything. And I had several people come up to me after every rally and say, "Thank you for doing this in Winsville, because we don't want to talk about it. We're embarrassed to talk about our kids might have this problem, an addiction." And they told me some of the stories, but they didn't want their names out there. They asked me to send them some information, and the ones I talked to didn't want that out there. So I kind of respect your wishes. But you bring awareness to everybody in the country, you're making a difference. People say, you can't make a difference. Damn it, you're making a difference. If you save one life, you made a difference. But the real heroes, I mean, all of you are heroes here, but in my view, Ed and Chad, who really orchestrated this whole thing, really took the lead on doing this. They are the heroes, not me, not Mike. Nationwide, we were on Channel 9 and it's good exposure. I think we keep on doing it, just keep it in the public eye. Like Mike Cram says about, don't give up, don't get disappointed, don't get discouraged. I sit as a mayor and a board of aldermen, I try to get laws passed in Winsville, and you've got a body of 6 people. It's hard to do sometimes. You can't always get everything passed right away, but just keep pushing. Finally, you'll convince somebody that this is the right thing to do. And I support a 9/11 and a Good Samaritan law, and I also support Valerie's law. So hopefully, sometime in the future, we get that passed. In the meantime, just keep doing what you're doing. Talk to people. Try to bring awareness. Some people don't want to hear it. I told people before that, hey, you know, and I went to a couple of my kids. I'm going to tell you a story. I've got an issue with my son who was not addicted to heroin, but he was on some drugs, and it's really hard to try to explain to them until something happens. I think it woke up a few people when I lost my niece. So just keep doing what you're doing. God bless you for all you do, and you're doing a great job. God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor Gaccione. Before we give out one of the highest awards that the state of Missouri can honor anyone with, and as I said before, everyone in the room will receive this award because you earned it. There are a handful of people here who we think deserve just a little bit more for all of their effort, all of the things that they've done for this movement. Whether it's working behind the scenes for hours and hours and hours, whether it's helping us get laws passed. We're going to give out some Rally Group Awards, which personally I think is a pretty high honor. Only one of these has ever been handed out before, and that was to Mayor Gaccione at the rally in Wentzville, after the rally in Wentzville. for everything that he did to help us get out there to change the world. As I said, only one of them has been awarded before. We're going to add to that number with some very special people tonight. Mayor Gaccioni, could you come up to the front, please, with Representative Frame? The first recipient of the Rally Map Award, and it's an awesome looking honor. It has a map of the metropolitan St. Louis area with a man standing everywhere that we've rallied. It's pretty spectacular. Maybe after the ceremony you want to have a quick look at Representative Frame's award. Thank you, Mr. Frame.
I truly am humbled. I feel like I'm standing here tonight among heroes, and the fact that this comes my way, I'm humbled. Thank you so much.
Everyone knows that every day that we do a rally, one of the most anticipated things that happens is we wait for our pictures. We want our pictures. Everybody knows that. We anticipate them. We've even had to develop strategies to make sure that people were satisfied while our amazing photography crew, and there's 3 of them, we're going to award them one at a time. These 3 gentlemen, if we go and rally for 3 hours, trust me, we rally for 3 hours, that costs them 24 hours worth of work every single time. They work endlessly for this, to satisfy you, to make a difference in the world, and they have really made a difference, and I think they have helped grow the movement as a result of their work. The first photographer I'd like to introduce to come up to get his award is David Aubuchon.
Really? Sorry.
Thank you so much for your service, David. Our next photographer, and if you haven't figured out the approach I'm taking to this, we are presenting the awards to the oldest photographer with our movement, to the newest photographer. There's only a few weeks between all 3 of them, but we had to come up with a strategy. The next person, most of you know him and love him, our amazing photographer, Gary Adams. Thank you so much, Gary. And last but certainly not least, not only is he one of our photographers, he is our videographer. Many of you have seen his pictures, but he is also the one that does the videos and the interviews and gets the stories of the addicts and what kind of impact it has on their life. Please welcome Michael Mayer.
Great job, guys.
Okay, and next on the agenda, what we're going to do is give the honors to the families of lost loved ones. to start. I'm sorry, we have one more rally map award to give. Everyone knows and has heard of a group on the internet called St. Louis Heroin Help. This is our own homegrown group with our numbers. And John Gergesef is one of the members that started this movement, the group on the internet. He's not able to be with us tonight, he's ill, but he has part of his crew here to receive the award on his behalf. Where are our St. Louis Heroin Help folks?
Trash.
Hold on a second.
Okay, thank you again, St. Louis Heroin Help. And now we start the recognition to the families and the ralliers and in memory of their loved ones. Could I ask the family of Valerie Butler to come to the front, please? If the family will get up front, Representative Frame is going to read the resolution for everyone.
A few years back, I used to always kind of check and make sure I didn't have food on my tie before I got to speak, and nowadays I always kind of check and make sure I have my glasses with me, so things have kind of changed a little over the years. It says, whereas the members of the Missouri House of Representatives understand the urgent need to provide awareness to the heroin epidemic, which is spreading across our state and our country, taking the lives of tens of thousands of Americans each year. And whereas the Anti-Heroin Raleigh Group of St. Louis was formed in May 2011 in response to the explosion of overdose fatalities, in particular those of Valerie Butler and hundreds more of our loved ones. And whereas this organization has conducted over 80 rallies, each with as many as 200 demonstrators to promote awareness of heroin use within our communities. And whereas such rallies have been held in 12 counties, including St. Louis, Jefferson, Franklin, St. Francis, St. Charles, Lincoln, and the city of St. Louis, as well as the Illinois counties of Madison, Monroe, St. Clair, Marion, and Macoupin. And whereas this group has received extensive coverage from state and national broadcast media by participating in 2 television specials produced by PBS and the 9 Network to promote drug awareness and treatment in the greater St. Louis area. And whereas this organization provides leadership at the national level, as was evident on September 15, 2012, when their rally under the arch was supported by simultaneous rallies in 12 other major U.S. cities. And whereas Raleigh members have participated in town hall meetings, school assemblies, as well as partnering with organizations such as St. Louis Heroin Help, not even once, not once more, to foster education, awareness, and treatment. And whereas a spokesperson for this organization provided an in-depth look into the personal life as a heroin addict, which was featured on a front page story in the Chicago Tribune, led local media on a broadcast tour of the St. Louis heroin hotspots, and performed rescue operations almost daily to save lives. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the Missouri General Assembly, 97th General Assembly, join unanimously to applaud the achievements of the Anti-Heroin Raleigh Group of St. Louis and convey to its over 2,000 members this legislative body's most heartfelt appreciation. And be it further resolved that the Chief Clerk of the Missouri House of Representatives be instructed to prepare and privately inscribe a copy of this resolution for presentation to Valerie Butler's family. And it's signed by myself and the Speaker of the House, Missouri House of Representatives.
Would the family of Taylor Green come to the front, please? Did Marilyn make it? I guess not. The family of Megan Ramshaw, please come to the front.
This House resolution is similar to the one I just read, so I don't want to read it all again, but in particular to your daughter, Ms. Ramshaw. I can't imagine your loss. Out of my heart. Thank you so much.
The family of Tyler Brummett. The family of Nick O'Connell. The family of Edward Dillon. Representing the families of Lisa Story, Brandon Duran, and Natalie Burke is April Klepper.
Here you go. Where you go?
The family of Matthew Jones. The family of Trevor Hughes.
Whose rings out?
That's G.
The family of Brad Martin.
For Derek,
Family of Brad Martin.
that's for Debbie Blaylock. She's out in Florida.
The family of Brittany Bovenet. Bobinet.
There you go.
Oh. And she's also representing Shannon Gaddis. Thank you. The family of Jesse Pfister. The family of Pam Choate. The family of Pam Choate. The family of Paula Middleton. The family of Keith Greenwald. Family of James Brammer. The family of Christine Davis. family of Christopher Joe Brutcher. Representative for the families of Daryl Goings, Michael Willie, and Karen Willie. Kevin Mabry. Family of Sam Freed. Charlie Smalley. And also the family of Angel McMahon. Is there anyone in the hall who has lost a family member who has not been up to the front yet? Okay. Then the next thing we would like to do is if we can get our heroes, the recovering addicts, if you can form a line right here, and we will get you to, if this is your option, but if you would like to announce your name as a recovering addict, I think it will be pretty special. Is there anyone that would like this?
Hi, my name is Lily Patton, and I'm a recovery addict, and my sobriety date is October 18, 2012.
And my sobriety date is 11/9/10. And I'm a recovery meth addict, and my clean date is 5/21/2000.
My sobriety date is 7/5/1988.
And my clean date is July 23, 2012. October 6, 2010.
Are there any people in the room who are currently suffering with an active addict and trying to help them improve and have not yet received the Lord? If you could form a line right here. Anyone suffering with an active addict who's trying to help them improve and have not yet received the Lord? And families,
I'm Nicole. My husband is Michael. He was clean. He was Thanksgiving. Went out for Thanksgiving, tried to come home and do it, and then he took out to the car again, and it's back out there somewhere. I mean, I know where he's out in the city, but she's denying the fact that he's dirty. So, of course, everybody should know I have children with him, and it's one of the hardest times in my life, trying to watch him out there using and not be able to do anything he won't let.
Can we get the family picture with the mayor and representatives?
For 7 years. I haven't yet he's clean right now because he's in jail. I know he's safe right now, but I'm scared for when he comes out, if it's going to be that the same. Please keep him in your prayers.
Turn yours around.
Good evening. My name is Amit. This is my wife Ginger. Our son Christopher is suffering from heroin addiction. It is a struggle on the family. We pray for him every day, and we ask that you pray for him also. For us and our family, we pray for all of you to thank you so much for supporting us.
And my family, grandma, aunt, cousin, my brother who's been an active addict for like 5 years. Currently he's in a rehab facility for his sixth attempt. Hopefully this time is safe, but we're very grateful for our family. It takes everybody to keep us going, and we're glad that everyone made it tonight. Thank you very much.
I'd like to ask all those people in the room, ralliers, friends, family, supporters who have not yet received a proclamation, if you should form a line right there, please.
Come on, rallier.
Come on, guys. Tori. Yeah, Tori.
Ask you as you pass the microphone, at a time, just tell everyone your name.
Kathy Bogleton. Michelle Lane. Jennifer Luba.
Just close your eyes. A little more. Close.
And my man is 6 months clean.
Staff who couldn't be here tonight. She also has been clean and sober for over 5 years. She's a regular Raleigh supporter.
My name is Robert Riley and I'm an addict.
I'm Lisa Minden. My son is clean over 1.5 years from heroin.
Is there anyone left in the house? Okay, another one coming up.
Hi, my name is Taylor Mabry. I'm actually here to represent a good friend of mine named Ricky West. He is actually younger than I am. He's 16, and his father has a struggle with heroin, and me and him are in a high school club together called Trend, called Dragons Against Drugs, and we do a lot of rallies at our school, and we just recently had one, and well, he's been, his father got him hooked on it for quite some time, and I just wanted to recognize him because he's been clean for 7 months.
David and Gary, you haven't received your award yet. Imagine that, a cameraman who's scared of the camera.
I'm Gary Adams. I'm one of the photographers that joined the movement. I did this because I lost 6 high school friends in this one small home town. And I just wanted to make some type of, movement aware, whether it be through my photography, art, whatever. So I'm going to continue doing it, and this is something I enjoy, and God bless all that have lost and recovered.
Yeah, Gary.
This is the last call. Is there anyone here who has not received an award yet? My son, Ray!
Ed McCann's son from Raleigh.
Phil, Bill Lobby wants to make a very important announcement about a group that many of you may need to hear about and may be interested in joining, so he's going to make a real quick announcement.
Yeah, you get one.
Like you said, my name is Phil Lobby. I want to let you know that being a part of the solution is a big deal, and I've seen a lot of pain and suffering with parents, friends, and alike. There is a group that you can talk to this gentleman right here about, Joe Brennan. He's sympathetic to the situation. His daughter just actually celebrated a year clean yesterday. But there's help for opiate addicts. Parents exist, and it's at St. Anthony's Hospital on Monday nights at 7 p.m. One of the speakers this Monday is going to be Dan Duncan, who's the director of the National Council on Alcohol and Drug Addiction. Fountain of knowledge. Avail yourself to this, because there is help out there for people that are sick and suffering and people that are recovering from losses of heroin addicts. Avail it. You can talk to him, or you can talk to us, or Ed, or anybody to put you in touch with us. All right? Thanks.
And now I have a bit of a secret part of the agenda here. I think you guys kind of maybe spoiled everything on that one, but there's one gentleman here who we all think is extremely deserving of some type of recognition. A gentleman who probably doesn't get nearly enough of it. And I've known this man for only a couple months, but I have seen him turn down recognition and honor and praise time and time and time again. I know one thing, I know he loves you. And I know he respects what you do. And I know how honored he is that he is a part of this organization. So if I could, I would like to present the same proclamation to Ed and Ann, our